Oh,
my Black history is not all the way,
Said, wait, hold on. I never thought about this. What is 3/5?
It's 60%.
I love that this whole thing started because you talked about a 3/5 sale.
A 3/5 sale.
And you
I didn't even know. I was like, is that like a third? Like, how much is 3/5?
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. We about to release that during Black History Month. That is blasphemous in the best ways.
Oh. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Occasionally Accountable Podcast.
Welcome, schmelcome.
We're back for another week.
We made it.
We did. Happy Black History Month.
Come on.
She got her Black History tee on. She's supporting.
You know what I'm saying? Black Creative made this. You know what I'm saying?
We love to see it. Well, we're back for another week. Brittany, how are you?
Good. Before we start, I do want to. I'm trying to think of what camera to look at. To everybody that's new, hi.
Hey. Hey, new
We've
people.
got a couple new subscribers on the YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Some more people via TikTok. I don't know if y'all have made your way to a streaming platform or YouTube yet, but in case you have come towards the show, hey.
Hey.
I'm glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
My name's Briana. And
they watched the show, bitch.
Y'all are, that's B.Nation. So just in case you didn't know who we were, I'll clear that up for you now. But how are you, Brittany? How are you?
I am tired. I am really, really tired. The last couple weeks have been really work heavy, whether it was 9 to 5 work or creative work.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of later nights than I usually want to have, and a lot of busy. So I am very much looking forward to what was I about to say? Oh, Sunday not having anything, but then I have Wednesday through Friday off next week, and then we have Monday as a holiday.
So Wednesday through Friday. Are you doing anything? Are you just
going to go see Semino in Houston with the grits?
Ooh, that's a vibe.
Be a little city girl, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Semino. Is he in a small venue, like a smaller venue in Houston?
I think it's probably similar to, was that the House of Blues that we were at? Probably similar to the House of Blues.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay.
But yeah.
Semino's a vibe.
Semino. JID is opening for him, who I love.
I do like JID.
Mm-hmm.
I do. He's been on a couple of songs that I've been like, oh, I like this, and I just never really dove in, but I do like him.
Yes.
Okay, look at you.
Girlies about to go act up a little bit.
All right. And the
Oakland girlies, I love y'all.
Oh, your Oakland homies are coming.
Yes, we're all going. Well, 3 of us are going to Houston.
Fun. Well, that sounds like a fun.
How was your week?
Good, actually. It was a really good week. No drama, no problems. I don't I was sort of tiptoeing through the week, okay, something's gonna happen. And it was funny, yesterday Brittany and I were running around on that cookie video that you guys have probably seen now, where we're testing the cookies, but we were running around doing that, and I went to back up, and my car made this loud noise, and Brittany was like, what was that? And I said, Brittany, it's a good week. Just don't stop. It's a good week. We not thinking about it. So I don't know if it's because I've avoided all the problems this week, or if it's really been a good week, but regardless, I've had a good week.
Oh, yes. That literally what I was thinking about when you said that. I was like, the way she did not accept her car. She was like, no, I don't.
We're not going to do it this week. Next week.
Maybe
on Monday we'll figure it out. But no, it did make a very loud noise when I reversed. So if anybody knows what that means, just leave a comment down below. I'm so scared to take it to a real auto shop.
Lacking so much information. It made a noise.
It made a loud noise.
When I went in backwards direction.
you know when you reverse and then you press the gas and then don't go forward? Well, mine made a noise when I did that.
So what that mean?
What I'm finna do. So, but also this week I have decided to give up weed. I know. Brittany immediately dies. Dead on arrival.
I'd rather give up the ghost than give up no.
I give up the ghost. Jesus. Fix it, Lord. But yeah, so, it really wasn't that hard for me. So this episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about committing to the goals, but it really wasn't that hard because I really hadn't smoked in 2 weeks or so, but I actually like gave all of the weed away, and it was funny because like I was packing up my goodies and gave it to my friend Brittany over here, and then there was like some crumbs at the bottom, and I was like, I mean, I could leave the crumbs in case like I need it for something one day. I could just like put all the crumbs in the bowl. And I was like, no, Brianna, that's you're acting like a fiend right now. So I have washed out my jar. Like it is, there's no more remnants of anything in my home.
And look how the universe will use your pain to bless you. Yo, that's the second thing that happened this week where I like randomly came up on some shit. Like I came up on 2 bookshelves.
Period. And that was
because of how I came up on it.
That's how she came up on that as well.
Somebody's pain was a blessing to me.
That was somebody's trauma that you got those.
Absolutely. But yes, thank you. Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
And I was like, dang, I don't know if I'm being a good friend or a bad friend because you said you wanted to stop smoking and then I gave you a lot, but it's okay.
No. I said I hadn't been smoking. I never planned to.
Oh.
There's no future of me where I plan
That's
to
right.
stop.
The last episode
Unless
you
I
was like,
have a kid.
Y'all raw dogging life out here just being sober in life.
Yeah, because I had been, but no, that will not be. I don't really think I want to. I don't really think I want to go through life that way. Like I definitely always want to have like a good reference of like where I'm at or what my use is like and whatnot or whatever, but nah.
That's fair.
I feel like I have too much anxiety. Like I'd be like,
yeah, me too.
That I just kind of like, if that's my coping mechanism, that's my coping mechanism.
I mean,
and I also don't really like drinking. So.
Yeah. I mean, everything's not for everybody. I just felt like I should probably figure out, at one point I didn't smoke and I was fine. So I should probably figure out how to get back there at some point. So I guess the point is now. So yeah.
Is your intention to like not have vices or something? Or not maybe that's not the right way to phrase that, but you know what I mean?
I think that's the heart of it. I think it's just, I'm not comfortable with the idea that like when I have a hard feeling, and we talked about this in the last episode, I don't know what to do with it anymore because I have not, because I spent so much time coping in other ways that when something happens, I'm like, ah! And like I'm very like flimsy, you know.
So you trying to raw dog
emotionally,
life.
Right? And so, well, again, very aggressive term.
It builds character.
But yeah, I just feel like if I want more out of life, that means, and I want to grow, that means that I have to accept that challenges will come. And if I'm not at a place where I know how to deal with these challenges in a life, and I love my life now, but there's so much more that I want out of life. And if I can't even handle level this one of challenge, how am I ever going to be able to handle the challenges that are to come? So I was like, you know what? Let me start putting my big girl draws on and
not the big girl dress.
Looking at these things in the eye for a change. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I think that really leads us into what I wanted to talk about with this episode, which is around like committing. How do we commit to our goals, commit to the things that we want in life, commit to a better life for ourselves and what that requires. For me, I felt like committing to the life that I wanted meant committing to the fact that I have to learn how to deal with these challenges that come in a way that doesn't require a vice or require me escaping from them. And so, yeah, like I just wanted to talk about that and just like your relationship with committing to goals and how you feel about commitment. I know like, and we can take this any way you want, because I know there's people who have commitment issues in relationships and commitment issues in goals and however you want to take it. But I just wanted to like, I don't know, show some, just talk about that, because I know that I'm not the only one who probably struggles with that.
When you brought it up before we started, I was like, nope. No, my commitment around my goals is pretty unwavering. Like you see how I work.
Yeah.
So that shit is like pretty unwavering. My no is I don't do well committing to like relationships. And I mean like across the board. Like I know that I operate very like nomadically kind of in a way that's just like, all right, like when I'm here, and then when I go here, I'm here, and then, which, you know, doesn't sound the best. But like even multiple episodes back where I was like, sometimes like trying to maintain your relationships feels overwhelming. And for me specifically, it feels like this sense of obligation that feels trapping, and I very much care about my freedom to kind of just like do what I want to do. So yeah, like commitment in one area for me is really easy. Commitment in the other is not, and it's all, I think it's fear-based at the end of the day. Like when it comes to like career stuff, I'm not scared of failing. Like I just don't, right. I don't know why. I'm not really that nervous about it. Like just, I guess it's how I look at it or whatever. It's just like, oh no, you'll just figure out like I trust myself to pivot. I think in relationships, I feel like there is both the sense of like the emotional vulnerability, which we talked about, the amount of energy that would have to go somewhere else, which is kind of selfish, but it's the reality of where I'm at. Like, and it's also the fear of like, am I going to have to lose myself to stay in relationship with you? And again, like I said, like that covers across the spectrum for me. So like, even when I think about my relationship with like certain friends or certain family members, like I know that I don't get to show up as my full self around you. So that means the amount of time I spend with you is limited because I don't want to spend a lot of time in a space where I can't be who I am. So like, so I think that's another part of it is like not needing to probably see more examples of like where I can just show up fully, and then maybe the fear around the commitment of, whatever. But
you said something about like when you were talking about achieving your goals and how you have like this unwavering trust in yourself that you can pivot. Do you feel like in relationships that you don't have that same like flexibility across the board relationships, flexibility to pivot? Like if it gets, or should you pivot in relationships?
I feel like it's easy for me to pivot because you're like right here versus right here. Yeah. And I feel like if I was a little closer, it would be harder to pivot just because I know myself and I know how like I'll become too intertwined in your business to really be dealing with my own. And I don't know, it's like I kind of need to be able to like take care of my, like I feel like, I don't know if you have the same experience, but like I feel like the women I've watched in my life have had to sacrifice so much of themselves for everybody else. Yeah. And I feel like that's a lot of the modeling I've seen. And I'm very particular about like, I don't want to sacrifice myself for y'all. Not like my family, but like y'all being like everyone outside of myself. Like I think there are sacrifices you make that, continue to develop you or whatever. And it's just how I view it. But like, yeah, I have a weird thing. It's not about pivoting. It's like I don't want to lose myself to like so that you can feel comfortable.
Yeah. No, I get that. And like as you were talking, I was thinking like it's really like the challenges that we meet when we're in relationships with people that cause us to be like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like this is, I don't know if I want to lose myself. I don't know if I want to sit here and argue with you. I don't know if I want to have to sacrifice parts of myself. Like it's a challenge, but one of the things with my goal around like not smoking is like, in order to grow, you need to face challenges. And so if you're the collective you, not you, but if we are spending so much time running away from things that feel challenging to us, are we growing at all? Yeah. And like, and that's the thing. That's the thing where I'm like, bruh, like, I don't like this. But I also don't want to look back on my life and be like, I never was able to be uncomfortable. And so I never was able to get more. And could you imagine, like, you wake up dead, like we talked about 2 episodes ago.
We did not talk about.
Yes, we did. When we were working out. 3 reps and you're out. Could you imagine? I was like, where? Sorry. But yeah, could you imagine, like, your life is over and then you're like, wow, like all the things that God had for me, all the things that I could have been, I was the limiting factor just because I didn't want to be be in discomfort. There's so much that requires discomfort. Like everything in life requires this. Everything requires discomfort. You know, I was thinking about this, like, there's nothing in life that we can get without giving something. Like nothing, not one thing. There's nothing in life that's free. And so if in the context of my actual life, like if I'm not willing to give anything, how am I going to get anything? You know? But that's challenging. That's really, really challenging, especially because we live in a world that's telling us like, oh, like soft life, and oh, just be comfortable, and oh, you know, it has to be easy, and let's automate, and let's make everything. And it's like, that's really not the way to actual success. That's not the way to actual growth or anything that's really beneficial to you, unfortunately.
No, it's not. That's why I feel like my generations and above are always being like, y'all soft.
Right?
And I think that it's not about because what I do think the next generation has done well has been better about expressing their emotions. Mm-hmm. But I do think there is a little bit of like
coddling.
Yes, mm-hmm. But also like, as we talked about, like the instant gratification and these things that like I want these immediacy of results. It's like you don't grow that way, and the world doesn't actually work like that, but it does. We are programmed into systems. Let me go into my Hotep bag, right? We are programmed into systems to believe the world is operating that way when in reality it's not. Mm-hmm. And so like everything is going to cost you. Anything valuable will always cost you. Like, and the one thing I will say that I'm like optimistic about is that anything that costs me something is always going to get returned in a much grander way than I thought.
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to come back the same way. I think it's going to come back in a way that I didn't even know was the best way for me.
Yeah. And like you said, like I agree the same way. The fear around, okay, if I give this up, like then what? But you have to believe that there is greater for you in your sacrifice. And you talked about this in a post on Instagram where you were talking about like, you know, we always remind me of like the actual phrasing you use on your Wednesday roundup.
Got you, because I was like, what was I talking about?
I don't want to misquote you.
It was $1,500 or unmarked envelope.
Yeah, and you were talking about like we like take chances all the time, and there's all this like association with negativity around taking chances. But if you believe that God, universe, whatever you believe in is for you and wants the best for you, then you should believe that by me sacrificing in this way, there's going to be more for me. So
did you? Oh, okay, thank you. Did you feel like growing up you had your parents allowed you to have a lot of obstacles?
That's a great question.
Or just there were natural obstacles in your. I'm like, you're black, so yes.
Yeah. But I will say, like,
and you're a woman, so yes.
And I was raised in like a conservative Christian home, so there was like, you know, came with the packaging.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, I was definitely raised in a suburban, white, middle class. There was never anything that I wanted for that I didn't get. There was never anything that I needed that I didn't have. And so, yeah, I mean, I think there probably is a discomfort naturally with like when things don't go my way, I am not happy. I am not happy. I don't like it. I don't like being uncomfortable. If it's 77 degrees, I'm ready. Like, I don't like being in any form of discomfort.
Yeah.
But I also don't like being stagnant. And there's this like internal thing in me where if I'm too stagnant for too long, I have to just do something. I have to make a move. I think it's the ADHD. I don't know. But I don't know. I just feel like God has been really on my heart a lot about like, if you want more, you have to give more. And giving more means giving. And giving means sacrifice and letting go and being uncomfortable. But there is better on the other side. You just have to let go of this, you know? Let this go, and trust that I got you. So,
yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I'm like, I think like if we don't have enough, like, I don't want to say struggle because I don't promote that.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you have to have interactions with rejection
Mm-hmm.
and failure to really like become more like comfortable with that, because I think discomfort is like directly related to impulsivity though, right? So it's like if I'm uncomfortable, I want to do this thing that's going to make me feel better immediately, whether that's going to go do something, buy something, whether it's ignoring it, whatever that is. I think those things are like linked. But it is I mean, as you talked about your big girl panties, I'm like, I feel like that's just part of like choosing to grow up, and that's why you look at people and age doesn't really correlate to maturity, because to mature, you have to constantly choose discomfort.
Yeah.
Like, and you have to, I don't know, to some extent, like, I just think there are multiple times in your life when your life is going to feel like everything's falling apart.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, if I look at like what I want, the life that I want, it is not the life that I have, which means I had to let go of the life that I have.
Yeah.
And so if like, just imagining that right now, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. But like, it's required. Like, I can't keep living in my parents' home, eating out of their fridge, you know, no responsibilities, whatever. Like my growth will be extremely stunted that way.
Yeah.
And like, what's the point?
That's not what she does.
That's not what I'm exactly.
She got her own house. She got her own car. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if the car works. No, just
but yeah, like it's just I lost my train of thought. But what I was trying to say. Y'all, we've been all over the place.
The voice in my head was like, bitches better not be like that. They think that she live in the house because my bitch got her own. You know? But like,
yeah.
That probably wasn't necessary, my bad.
But yeah, I know what I was going to say. But yeah, like the point of living and existing has nothing to do with you as a person. It has everything to do with what you can give to the planet. I don't think that you're like, you're born and it's all about you and your comfort and your interest and it's like, if you have a life worth living, it's because you gave yourself. But if you're not even willing to do the work to become your like fully thriving, fully in your purpose person, then how are you really contributing to the world? It's like, what's the point? Like, what are we doing after a while?
Yeah, and I also think that from like, you know, to contrarian that, I do think we have to like understand that what people's purpose looks like is very different.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I definitely think that we associate like you're out there living your purpose with what we view as success.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe your purpose, not yours, but like someone else's purpose, why they wanted to come here is because they wanted to be just a really fantastic mom. They didn't want to worry about, you know, these other things or working or whatever, like, or family was crazy important to them, because I think just in American society, we almost kind of like shit on a simple lifestyle in some ways. Yeah. And so it's like, if you watch somebody have a simple life, it's like, oh, you know, but we all got to live in our, how do you, like, it's like their purpose is for them to decide. But I completely agree with you. But, because I definitely move through the world very much like, I'm here to do something and then I get to go. Like, I'm not, this is wild as fuck. I'm not just trying to be here for hella long. Like, I'm not hella long, let me not say that. But I'm like, I still want to live a full life.
There's a reason, yeah.
But yeah, like, this is not just something to kick it with for me. Like, there's shit to do. And I think that I'd actually just, in the same conversation I had with my friends, where I was just like, I'm unwilling to, like, sacrifice. I realize that to, like, fulfill my purpose, it's going to require a certain type of character. Mm-hmm. And to have that character meant I had to sacrifice certain people. Mm. And how that was, like, really, really hard. Mm-hmm. But it's also like, I don't know why it is, but I very much have a sense of like, I came here with something to do.
Right.
And I never really knew where that sense was from. Maybe it's spirituality, maybe it's God, I don't know. But like, even before I got to how I feel like I actually have a relationship with like a higher, you know, or God, source, whatever people want to call it. Like, my first tattoo is a Bible scripture that is basically saying you have purpose. I know the plans I have for you are purpose.
Yeah.
To hope to prosper you. And I've always had a sense of purpose. And I don't really know if that's an inherent thing or what, but I've had that. So it's always felt like I got some shit to do. So that's why I don't really just want to play with my time and my energy, because I feel like it's not about running out of time, but it's more so about like the level of impact that I want to have. It's like
intentionality.
Yeah, there's an intentionality to it where it's like I can't give my focus to a lot of this extra shit because I can't bring this thing into fruition. Because one thing I am sure of is I feel like for everybody, not just me, but it's like when I give singular focus to something, it is going to happen. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, and I think that's everybody. If you like cut all of these things out and focus on bringing something specifically into fruition, the human mind and capacity, you figure it out.
And what I love about that is like it's not always like I'm staring at a dot on the wall and then my purpose just like comes into my brain because I think really hard about it. Sometimes it's like just being quiet and being reflective. Sometimes it's just trying different things. Sometimes it's taking risks. Like I think the beauty of this podcast is that, you know, we don't come on here with all the answers. We just come authentically. This is what we experience. This is how we're feeling. And through conversation, through honesty, then at least for me, what I've been experiencing is like, oh, like the purpose for my life or even just who I am becomes more clear because I'm just honest about where I am. I'm not like trying to achieve this whatever standard. I'm not trying to be this or that. I'm just trying to live my day to day, you know? And that's when purpose comes. And when you're aligned in that, you can do anything, like you said.
Hell yeah.
You can do anything.
And I think that is super valuable to like we're doing in this pod, just experience other people, like experience other perspectives and experience, and you just realize like we're all the fucking same. We're just trying to like make it, but we come from different cloths, you know? And I don't know. I feel like anybody who's in the world really just like looking to be self-aware and contribute, like that's squad to me. Like, I don't really care what the rest of the packaging has to look like because a lot of niggas' packages is trash.
Or they're nice, but there's nothing in them.
Yeah. That's
Which
what I more so meant. Like, that, like that inside is like, okay. Like, you don't. Okay. Like, you know.
It's empty.
But, so what are you committing to? And do you need an accountability buddy?
Well, right now I'm committing to not smoking.
It's not going to be me with weed because
I
will be like, so, oh, my bad,
oh,
my
you
bad,
said you
my
wanna,
bad.
you want to hit this? Did I blow that in your face? My bad, bro. You said you want to smoke. My bad, bro.
I'm not the one, but
that
I got
brownie
you
had
on
weed in it.
everything
I didn't tell you that.
I know, right? Like, bitch, you know I love cookies. Why would you make this cookie like this?
Honestly, while I have my goals and whatever, like I'm really just committed to moving from my convictions. So whatever that is, whatever that means, like I don't want to completely change who I am, be this whole different person, but I do really want to be honest about like where it is that I feel convicted and not run from it just because it's hard. Like, and I think that's what I have in the past spent a lot of time doing, where like I feel a way about something, but I'm like, it's okay. I'll get to it at some point. But I think this year, when I talk about the year of discipline, part of the discipline is if you feel convicted in something, follow it. Because the path away from it is going to lead you right back to it.
Man.
It's going to lead you right back to it. You're going to be in the same place at the same time, and you've wasted so much of your journey. You talked about, like, we're here to do a thing. Well, if I'm spending so much time running away from all these things that I know that I need to just lean into, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So that is my commitment, that if I feel convicted about something, I just lean in, even if it's scary.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Interested what y'all are committed to. On your relationship with commitment, because
it's hard, y'all, though. It's hard. The way that I was in my feelings this morning that I gave you on my weed, I was... but I'm committed.
I was in my feelings too. I was high as a kite.
I was committed to the process. And honestly, like, I'm not saying I as I think you all know, as Brittany knows, like, I am not like a judgmental person at all. I am not like a prude in any way, as you will see in our post show. So however you all feel like you need to show up in the world, show up in that way. I'm not saying that everyone should stop smoking. It's just be honest about where you are and don't run from it. That's the thing. If you don't feel like you have commitment issues and you really just want to take a break on dating, take a break. I'm not saying like jump into things that you're uncomfortable with. I'm just saying if you feel in your heart, like you truly feel that you are convicted about something, just
then y'all get off my head about dating then, ho.
I went T for Brittany, but that was T for Brittany.
Y'all can get off my head.
Brittany's like, I'm just working through it. Okay.
Oh, y'all niggas talking to me about dating. Most of y'all, leave me alone.
Okay. Do whatever. Follow whatever you need to follow.
It's like, but if it leads you to a dick.
But it's going to lead you right where you're sitting. So, but that's your seat, not mine.
Lord.
This has been another episode of the Occasionally Accountable podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
There's something you need to say?
No. Do you think?
Okay.
Do you think, 21?
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Add us on TikTok. Add us on Instagram. We are _OA podcast on all three.
Not on YouTube.
But not on YouTube. Nope. On YouTube or something unique. Brittany, do you want to share with the class?
The Occasionally Accountable podcast.
We are the Occasionally Accountable podcast spelled out on YouTube.
There are no underscores on YouTube.
There's we'll put all the handles below so that you can understand what we're doing and where we're coming from. But anyway, so don't forget to add us, like, subscribe, all those things. Keep commenting and DMing us and engaging with the posts. We're trying some new things with content. So let us know what you think. We are more than happy to do more. Just let us know what it is that you... We're not happy to do more, I guess.
Wait, more content?
Brittany's like, we're already 7 days a week at this point. We're more
No, we love ideas and feedback.
Yes, we love. We'll do more. Whatever you guys want to see. I mean, this is a community. Like, it's not, like I said, it's not us like being the experts here. It's a community. So, however we can be a community together, we want to do that. That's what I meant by more. All right,
let's do it.
Listen, we're gonna just end it right here. We will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. All right. Hey, how are you? You always laugh every time I do this, and then it doesn't work.
Because it's so awkward every time.
No.
Hey! Lord.
Okay, so...
Let's restart.
Okay. I'm not...
Oh, I'm going to laugh. And I'm
Okay. Well, we just going. Oh, I thought you were going to laugh. You said... That was me. I didn't have to do that. I could have just gone. Okay, anyway, we're going to go now. So... welcome back to another episode. We are in the pre-show. And so for this week's pre-show topic, I wanted to talk about, in this year of Black History Month,
the year of our Lord and Savior, 2023.
Yes, of Black History Month 2023. Did you see the Black History police cars that were dedicated in Miami and in Columbus, Ohio?
No. Well, technically, yes. I didn't know what they were prior to you literally showing me a little bit ago.
Yeah. I don't know who is on their like PR community relations team, but it has to be the most Karen of Karens. Cause some of these, we'll insert a picture of what they look like, but like I just was baffled. And then I was reading an article and it was saying that one of the patrol cars had an inaccurate MLK quote. Not them misquoting MLK on the Black History Month patrol car. Like, what in the hood? What is happening?
There's so many things wrong with that.
There's so many things. I lived in Columbus, which is why I was like, bruh, not in Columbus. Columbus is where, like, Ohio State is. Ohio in general is very white. Who was the police car for? Like, what parade was it in? What is the point? Who is driving it? Is the Negro of the month driving the Black History patrol car? Like, I need more information. I need details. And I need to understand why during Black History Month, non-Black Americans can't just live. just be.
Mind your fucking.
Just be.
Give us 4 weeks of you leaving us the fuck alone.
Literally, we're not asking for you to make a wrapped patrol car an inaccurate MLK. Who asked for that? No one asked for that. We're not asking for fried chicken dinners at the cafeterias. We're not asking for, just exist. We're going to do our thing, and y'all just sit over there. And non-Black Americans don't understand how to just leave us alone in February.
Leave us the fuck
It's
alone.
A short month. You don't even have to leave us alone for 31 full days. Just, like, let us do our thing.
And if you're going to spend some money, why would you? There's so many things wrong with this. Okay, first of all, why would you spend money not putting money into a Black person's pocket on anything during Black History Month? Why would you spend money to have your cars painted to represent these? No, give the money directly to these people, number one. Number two, the fact that you would do it on a police car, understanding the relationship between Black people and the police in this country, specifically the fact that police started as literal fucking slave catchers.
Ooh.
So why?
They're not ready for that, though.
Would we want to go look at the car that represents that's probably thoroughly infiltrated by white racist people in Ohio?
In Columbus?
Specifically.
What?
And put some random shit on it, and then on top of that, you fuck up an MLK quote. That is okay. I want to make sure it's clear that I'm not in any way ever discrediting what Martin Luther King has done. But it's like, when you think about understanding Black history, it's like MLK is the most like whitely accepted Black leader.
He has crossover effect for sure.
So, but I mean, it's like there's so many Black people and prominent Black people in history that white people have no clue about.
Yeah,
right.
I see what you mean.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
He's very commercial.
He's
quotable.
He's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, how could you fuck that quote up? You could literally just put "I have a dream" and be done. You don't even got to relook up. Are those? Just be done. If you were to go, you've passed like 7 stop signs.
And that's the difference between supporting and pandering. Like, at some point, y'all just have to understand that we don't need that. Like, we don't need that. We don't even, honestly, I really like that this year during MLK Day that there was those posts going around that was like, stop quoting the "I have a dream." Like, he said so many different things. Like, y'all beat us over the head with the same 4 MLK quotes all day long. Like, if you're not going to really, like, be a part and, like, really, like, try to understand Black history and understand, like, MLK's contributions, just sit down and be quiet.
That's like that woman that
just leave us alone.
Somebody who, I don't know if she was like a ex-president's wife or somebody that was in the American government for some reason. MLK Day came back during the civil rights, and MLK Day came around and she had like tweeted something about him. His daughter was like, "You were literally part of the people who were part of FBI who assassinated my father. Don't you ever try to like
y'all don't really want it for real. So just leave us alone." But I will say, we were going to talk about this, but transparently, I have not been to Target. But I will say, I really like what Target is doing. You have on one of the Target pieces for Black History. I
would have stopped and looked at who made it. But this was done by a Black creative. Yes.
Yeah. So I do like that. I think it's still a little because why is it that only Black in February, now all of a sudden you're like inviting all of these?
They are year round now.
Well, I did hear that commercial that they are going to do a year round. It's not just in February.
Well, they have been, because I remember, who was that girl that released, there was a Black woman that just released a line like 3 months ago.
I know
in
Honey
Target.
Pot's been in there.
That was, oh no, fashion. They've been bringing the girlies in for clothes, because some girl had, I would have to have my phone. But
see, this is why we're going to talk about it. We weren't prepared.
She, I remember when her collection dropped in Target, I was like, oh, mama is fashion.
Yeah.
Tabitha, obviously.
Tabitha's in there. There's some interior girls in the interior section.
Interior girls now.
I want to go. I'm going to maybe go this weekend to check it out. But I hear good things about the line. Like, it's not just like happy Black History Month. It's like really like thoughtful pieces. So, I appreciate that from Target.
Target's doing better. Yeah, and they did Black Beyond Measure is like a lot of their production initiatives. Mm-hmm. So some of my favorite like people that work in that space, Francesca Medina, who's a podcaster, but she also does like creative production. They've sponsored like a bunch of her stuff. Yeah. And it's all like money that they pour into Black creatives specifically. So no, I feel like Target's been good. Diversifying.
I feel like a few years ago, the marketing firms needed a D&I class. And they were doing...
They didn't need a class. They just fire them niggas and go hire some niggas.
Yeah. So I will say, especially this month, I have not seen any like cringy like 3/5 off of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't seen any like any one of those like cringy posts.
Free, that is the wildest shit I have ever heard. Oh my god.
You don't have to hide in the Underground Railroad to catch these sales. 3/5 off. No brown bag needed here. All are welcome. Kalana Barfield Brown might have been the person. That sounds right.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
Also, a 3/5 discount is the funniest shit I've ever
I haven't seen anything. So I'm very proud that at least nothing too cringy has come across my timeline. There's probably, other than the police wrapped car. That was wild.
That's so wild.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't shop at 3/5 sale? Come on.
During Black History Month? No.
I would shop at 3/5 sale. Yeah, what if it was like buy one, get one 3/5 off? No transatlantic here. It's all for sale.
Yo, Bree wild today. And you didn't even have no pre-workout. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, girl.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it. Now, what we really need is February is the month of reparations.
Absolutely.
Like if Blacks only could get discounts throughout February, I think we'd nail it.
I feel like we should have free February. Like I feel like America should do reparations in a lot of ways if we're talking about literally, right? But obviously we're joking a lot here. But like I'm like, if you want to pay us out, like we want, you know, when you win the lottery and you choose to get your payments over time. If you got to pay us over time, every February, Black people do not like have to go to work, and we get a stimmy.
A stimmy check
that's
for
big
Negroes.
enough to cut.
A Negro February stimmy check. Someone should write that into. No, that's Liddy.
You should be on the policy team.
I should be on the policy team.
She's like, this is how we gonna roll out. We need to talk about how 3/5 of your rent is gonna
every February. It's a 3/5 discount on all bills, and you get a Negro STEMI.
Ain't that shit crazy when you think about it? That they call us 3/5 of a human, but we got to pay all of these bills.
From like, a fraction,
we should only have to pay 3/5 of all of our bills.
I'm not gonna lie. From a fraction standpoint, how much is 3/5? Is that half? I mean, like, percentage-wise, I need to understand how much of a discount that is. Because if that's 60%, that's a good discount. Why don't they just say 60%?
Well, no, 3/5 is 60%. So
you get a 60% discount. Wait, is that
no,
right?
I'm saying if I have to pay for 3/5 of my bills, that means I would get 40% off.
I'm not mad at that.
Oh, I'm not mad at any of it.
So they were saying we were 40% of a person?
No, they're saying we were 60% of a person.
That's a lot. I mean, it's more than half. I do see where's the. I mean. In my whole life, I didn't actually know how much 3/5 was. So I was like, dang, they only thought we were 3 of the 5.
And now that you know, it's okay.
It's not okay, but I'm just saying 60% is more than 50. It's not half of a person. It's half plus 1.
We will not be releasing this during Black History. Because the way. That is so wild.
I would like to say, I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying 60%. Not 50, It's not 30. It's not 40. It's 60. That's a lot of percent. It's not 100. But and I'm backing out of this. All right, so History Month.
I'm like 40% of your humanity. You don't think that's a lot, bro?
I mean, it's more than 50%. Is all I'm saying. Well, anyways, this has been a great conversation. And the police that put the fake MLK quote on the police trooper car, you need to consider. Maybe you should have put 60.
Do not get to say that.
Maybe you should have wrapped 60% of your car instead of the full wrap. They were wrong, and I was wrong. Okay, I can admit that. I was just surprised that 3/5 was 60%. That's all. That's all. Not that it was good, but I'm like,
Oh my God, this is about to be so fucking hilarious. Oh my
God.
God.
Y'all, this is jokes. I mean, it wasn't a joke that I didn't know what 3/5 was, but I'm joking. I'm joking. We should be 100%. I'm gonna just sit with it. There's no way to pedal out. I'm gonna just sit here.
We should be 5/5, guys. 5 of them, all of them, right?
5/5. 3 isn't enough. If you're taking anything from this podcast, you're worth more than 3/5.
That's what we entitled an episode 3/5 ain't enough.
Oh my God. Oh shoot.
Oh my God.
They did it.
All right.
All right.
Well, Lord, all right.
Oh my God.
This is the 3/5 episode.
This is the episode about 3/5.
That's fucking hilarious, Bree. All right. We ready?
Mm-hmm. Not me not knowing 3/5 is 60%.
Oh my gosh, Briana.
Why didn't they just say?
Dying. He was like, oh, 60? Oh, okay.